This is the Grow Your Clinic podcast from Clinic Mastery. We help progressive health professionals to lead inspired teams, transform client experiences, and build clinics for good. Now, it's time to grow your clinic.
Welcome to the Grow Your Clinic podcast. My name is Ben Lynch. Today, we're going to be talking about your 12-month strategic plan. The reason is we're just a few weeks away from that Christmas, New Year period where hopefully you've got a break there. But a lot of people are saying to me, hey, Ben, I really want to make sure January we don't get that dip that perhaps we often see. Or I want to make sure that we continue the momentum that we've now got into the new year and have a wonderful 12 months ahead of us. And so my challenge to you is this. Have you sat down, have you invested a couple of hours distraction-free to actually map out what the next 12 months might look like for you and your clinic? I know it's probably going through your head. You've got these ideas of what things might look like, but to actually sit down with your business partner, your life partner, or just yourself, maybe your team can get involved in mapping out the next 12 months of your business. Because if there's a story that I often hear from clinic owners is that they're really just putting out spot fires, not actual fires in their clinic, but they're often reacting to the needs of the moment. And sure, they need to be addressed. However, this perpetual cycle continues where you're always responding or reacting to that email or that person, that supplier, that partner, that team member, that client. And so you never really get this time to sit down and be proactive or creative about, actually, if we were to take control of this clinic and how it was operating, maybe through the rapid growth or perhaps through some things falling apart, what would we actually do? What would it look like in 12 months from now? And perhaps each week, each month, each meeting has a new level of structure and purpose behind it because we're really clear about where we're going. We have the privilege to work with hundreds of clinic owners in Australia and now internationally, and I can tell you the people that make the most progress and sustain that progress just get really clear about where they're going and have the disciplined action each week, every single day as well, to follow through on that plan. And it doesn't have to be overly complex. A couple of key things that we find work really well is that you have a 12-month outcome or goal for your clinic. And usually it centers around you as the clinic owner. So it might be that, hey, you know what? I want to start a family. Or it might be, I want to spend more time with my family. Perhaps you've got health goals of your own, maybe health challenges of your own. Maybe you've got some ambitions to do some other study or evolve yourself in various ways, personally or professionally in 12 months from now. But in your current state, how the clinic is performing, how your team might be developing, you're not able to do those things. So all of a sudden we have a really big reason why we're going to work towards this plan. And then we want to define, okay, what's 2-3 things that we need to do to facilitate that? And it might mean you've got to change your consulting hours in one way or another. It might mean that you need to hire various people onto your team, admin support, other practitioners, other disciplines. It might mean that you need to move clinic or move out of the clinic that you're in so you can expand. There might be some big actions that you can clearly identify that if we just did these 2 or 3 things over the next 12 months and did it really well, that would actually allow us to get to that goal. I'm a big fan of simplifying things, right? It's very, very easy to overcomplicate and therefore overwhelm yourself with a massive to-do list. And I tell you, there's no reward for having a bigger to-do list than your partner or your colleague, right? But I see people wear it like a badge of honor, like I've got 1,000 things on my to-do list. So what? It's about making progress towards your desire statement, why you got into business in the first place. And I believe there is an element to that, which is to create an incredible place to work for your team and an absolutely brilliant place for patients or clients to come to get healing and wellness, depending on what industry that you're in. So for mine, we get really clear on your objective or outcome, why you want to do it in the first place. We identify 2 or 3 really big things that would facilitate that happening. And then we break it down by a quarter of the year. So we're breaking it down into 4 segments of the year, 3 months each. And we've got one key objective in each of those quarters that is going to help us progress toward the ultimate 12-month outcome. And that might be a specific key performance indicator that you can track. And there are probably some other sub-indicators that you could also use. For example, your hours working in or on the business, the number of team members you might have, the number of new clients, the retention of those clients over time. But there's usually going to be one big key statistic that you want to track, and that depends on the outcome that you have. And what I'd encourage you to do is just pick one. If it was the catalyst for influencing a number of other statistics or indicators in your clinic, then pick that one and just obsess about it for 3 months and implement 1 to 2 or 3 key systems or structures so that you change that indicator sustainably over the long term. All good to make a quick change, but if it's not sustained, you're going to burn out, your team's going to burn out, the business is not going to last, and that's what we don't want to see. We want lasting change. So my challenge for you is get clear on where you want your business to be and where you want to be in 12 months from now. Identify 2 or 3 big actions, big changes that need to happen over 12 months. Again, you might be like, gee, I could do more than that. Cool, I'm sure you can. And let that be a bonus. But don't overwhelm yourself. Keep it really simple. And just you're so clear. At the end of the day, all these small things, yes, they matter. But if I don't do it on time, or if I do it slightly over budget, or I don't do it to the best of my ability as a leader, that it's okay, that we can continue to progress and we'll evolve in our ability to execute at a mastery level. But if I don't achieve these big things, I'm going to end up basically in the same spot that I am today. So my challenge is sit down, invest a weekend, invest an evening, something, put it on a piece of paper, make it 1 page, really clean, really simple, and document how you're going to progress to your 12-month outcome and launch into the new year, 2020, with clarity, with purpose, and a really defined structure of how you're going to get there so that you achieve your goals, desires, your dreams. You create an incredible place to work for young practitioners, for admin team, that you create an incredible place for people to come to heal and be well, and that you get the joy, satisfaction, and fulfillment out of your business that you deserve. Be deliberate. Make it by design, not by default. Hope that helps. May this be a catalyst or a kick up the butt to make your plan and work your plan. We'll see you on another episode very soon.
Thanks for tuning in to the Grow Your Clinic podcast. To find out more about past episodes or how we can help you, head to www.clinicmastery.com/podcast, and please remember to rate and review us on your podcast player of choice. See you on the next episode.